All right, guys, welcome back. Today we're going to work on getting the clutch into this thing and into the Z and hopefully get it back on the road. So first we're going to do a little unboxing. For the clutch for this, I just bought an Exidi OEM replacement, but I bought the Pro Kit. And this is what the Pro Kit comes in, right? This is the Pro Kit. Yeah, I already opened it up just to make sure everything was in there. But the great thing about the Pro Kit is in one box, Exidi gives you everything that you need in one box, right? That's something else I'll tell you about in a minute. So we got the clutch alignment tool, clutch disc alignment tool, which is very, very important. We've got that. We've got the brass pilot bearing, or whatever you want to call it, for the input shaft. For this goes into the back of the crankshaft where the input shaft goes into. And now this is something that I don't think was in there because I didn't pull one out and there's not one in there. So I don't think they had one in before. So that's really important. And then it gets you, they give you also, which is great, the throw out bearing, which, let's see if I can get it out of here. It's really difficult to do with one hand. Let's try the other side here. There we go. Almost. All right, hang on. There we go, 2 hands. All right. Throw out bearing, right? That. So that's important. We got that. We need that. And then, of course, we've got the disc itself. The clutch disc itself, which is in there. Just pull it out of here. All right, so that's just regular, standard clutch disc. It's nothing special, just the OEM replacement. I wasn't gonna spend a bunch of money on a racing clutch, a racing disc, racing clutch, or 2-stage or 1-stage or whatever. Just to get the car running. That'll come later. We've got some instructions, fitting instructions, installing your new Exidi clutch. Very important. Right. Okay. Wow. Right. So I got to do all that. Right. And then the final thing in here is this big bad boy, which is we got some clutch lube. Right, cool. That's for the throw-out bearing. And we got this guy, which is the pressure plate. Right, to this guy. Right here. Oops, dang. All right, so we got that. All right, so we got all this stuff that we need to do the clutch. That's really interesting. All right, so again, nothing special. And then this package, I'll tell you what this package is. This is 1 flywheel bolt. So I went online to Z1 Performance. Which is not where I bought this stuff, but I bought the flywheel bolts because I was like, so I was thinking, so this is the story. I'm going to expose myself. So I was thinking, okay, I'll replace the flywheel bolts, right? Because it's good to do, which it is good to do. So I went online, I ordered a flywheel bolt. I was like, wow, that's really cheap. It's like $6 or $16 or something like that. $6, right? Well, I only ordered 1. I needed 9. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to use this one to replace the one that had backed out and the head's been worn off on it. But I'm going to put the old ones back in. Yes, I know. You can roast me in the comments. I don't give a shit. But this engine's not going to be in this car for very long. Only for probably a couple months. Then I'm going to tear the whole engine back. I'm going to pull the engine out of the car. I'm going to tear the whole engine down and completely rebuild it. Yeah, so for right now, it's going to be fine. I will use Loctite I will reuse the bolts, but I will use Loctite, and everything should be fine. All right. Well, I'll be back with an update soon, or with progress. Okay, a little update. I'll show you what I've just finished doing under the car. Got the clutch in. And it was a lot of fun, but not too bad, actually. Hang on a second. So, there it is, right there. There's the clutch in, the little alignment tool in it, and all ready to go. I just zip tied the backing plate, that little that back plate up there because it's a little bent. Not like so as much to have a problem, but it's a little bent so it doesn't stay up there on its own, and there's no the bolts to keep it up there. The bolts to go to the transmission. So next I get to tackle this beast and get the throwout bearing done in it, and then try to stab it up in there. So more to come. All right. Update. So first rule of auto mechanics, at least in my book, is it when you start cussing and yelling to the point where your family runs out to make sure the car hasn't fallen on top of you, it's time for a break. Yeah. So that just happened. No, the car didn't fall on me. No, the car's still there. Good. Car's still good. Car's still good. However, transmission's not being quite so kind, and this is about where we're at with the transmission. Yeah. Big puddle of oil. Transmission. Yeah. Yep. That's about where we're at. So, I've been working on this since about 9 o'clock this morning. Took about an hour break or so to go to Costco and do some run around, whatever, stuff like that. But it's now, what time is it? Let's see here. It's now 4:13, and I really wanted to thrash this out and get it running for tomorrow and go to a Dotson's and coffee tomorrow. But it doesn't look like it's going to happen because, I don't have a transmission jack, and it's just not working with the regular jacks and just me. I don't have any help. I don't have a transmission jack. So I either got to go get a transmission jack or I got to go get some help, or both. But my help's busy, so maybe I'll go get a transmission jack. I don't know. Anyway, right now I want to take a little break because I need a breather, and yeah, I'll catch you guys up when I come back. Okay, after much deliberation, I have come to a decision, and I've decided that if you want to do a job, especially by yourself, go get the right tools. So right now, on the way to get the right tools. Right, going to actually one of my favorite stores ever, and only because it is the greatest place on earth to find decent quality, cheap tools, at least that I know of. Here, if there's any other place, let me know in the comments. But yep, you guessed it, we are going to Harbor Freight. So anyway, see you in a minute. The first one's failed me. The first Harbor Freight failed me. They didn't have stock. So this one is supposed to have 2 transmission jacks. So it's only about 15 minutes away from my house. So wish me luck. Okay, so I'm on my way back home after hitting the second Harbor Freight. Got the transmission jack in the back, and I stopped at an AutoZone there and picked up the rest of the stuff I needed for the car. I got plugs and oil filter. I'm just going to change all that out while the car's in the air if I can. But I'm determined to get that transmission in there tonight and get the car on the road so I can go to Dotson's and coffee in the morning. So we'll see. Just I almost gave up. I came really close, but sometimes you just gotta think about it, stop, take a break, and find a new path. and keep going. So yeah, I'm gonna keep going until I decide to stop going and see where I end up. So I'll let you guys in on it when it happens. Okay, everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is part 2 of Fun with Transmissions. Anyway, so today I've worked out hopefully I've worked out a plan for getting that transmission back up to where it belongs. As you can see in the last video, it slipped off the jack. And you can, if you haven't seen that video, there's a link in the description. You can go watch. That's part 1 of Fun with Transmissions and Z-Cars. Basically doing it by myself. So, and learning a lot. Like, don't do it by yourself. But anyway, I'm still doing that. I think I have a plan. So I have the hat cam on. I'm going to take you guys with me and let's see if this plan works. All right. See you in a minute. Okay, I think I got it. The bolts are starting to go in. So here, so we got, it's such a good feeling, you know, when that first bolt actually starts to thread in. Right, I got this guy. I got this guy right here. I got this guy is the long one on the bottom. I got him started, and I got this guy over here started. I still got a little bit of distance to go. Oops, get that out of the way. A little distance to go on that one, and then there's one up there that I'm trying to get threads in. But it's lining up pretty well. So I got the head cam on again, so we'll take you with me as much as I can. I don't know if this is going to show very well, but we're getting it. We're getting it. Okay, I now have successfully put the transmission back in the Z. Oops. Yay. Got all the bolts in. Get the ground hooked up. Now all I have to do is I'll show you. Got it all done up under there. Oh, you can't really see that. All right, come on, let's go under the car. All right, here we go. All right, there we go. So there's the transmission back in its home. Hopefully it's right. Everything seems to fit. Crossmember fit back on correctly. Now I just have to put the clutch slave back on, the starter back on, drive shaft, exhaust, hook the wiring back up, put more transmission fluid in the transmission, gear oil in transmission, because a bit leaked out. That's the small spot. The bigger spot is over there. Anyway, but I'm on the way. Just have to do gear. Let's see, the link shift, the shift linkage. Yeah, a couple things, and then we'll be able to get it started back up and see. Oh, I'm going to change the oil and put new spark plugs in it too. But yeah, so far it's been doing pretty good. So I will be back. Actually, I'm just going to end this here because I haven't gotten this video up. It's Phil with Moto Geekster. Please remember to like, subscribe, put the bell on so you know when I do new videos, which will be sooner. I'm still struggling, but I'll still work on getting try to get my content consistent. Yeah, lessons learned. Just don't give up, even if you have to walk away from something for a few days. You know, like this, I was totally struggling with it, as you can see in the first video. Really frustrated, really wanted to give up on it, but I ended up just not giving up. I did walk away for a few days, quite a few days, but in that time that I walked away and just kind of, you know, thought about it, let it be in the back of my mind, I came up with a solution that worked, obviously. So yeah, so just don't ever, like, even if you get frustrated with stuff, because you will get frustrated with stuff, especially car stuff, you'll struggle with stuff. You know, what you're doing is you're just kind of bumping up against your either, you know, lack of expertise, or lack of, you know, workspace or equipment or whatever. But if you keep working at it, eventually you will either you'll learn what you need to learn, or you'll come up with a solution with using, you know, the things that you had. You know, I mean, I fixed this with a 2x4 and a strap, you know, and a tie-down strap. You know, that was my solution, you know, and it worked. So anyway, peace out, and I'll see you on the next one.